As we join our heroes, they have made it to the Driftwood Tavern. Rokas and Icy, wearing their new finery, meet Harbek, and they get a table uh, away from others people. There's actually a kind of a private room that you're able to use for your meeting. So Harbek, Rokus, and Icy are in there around the table, and Harbek starts to explain all the details of what he has seen. So go ahead.
Okay, so now that I've told you sort of the bare bones minimum about the reward and the murders, what I'm suggesting is that I would like to work on that first death because it was in the better part of town, and without the face and the clothes, I suspect that we're dealing with someone who is using a fake identity. So I suggest I work on that, and you guys interview the other five, and possibly you might want to go look at the body there. I had real trouble getting any information just looking at the body, and with Icy's druid connection, she might have a better be able to get some information that I didn't. And also, I noticed that if you look at the map that I gave you, that first death is right by the uh, place that you guys are staying, the Bard's Tale, is right
Yeah.
by where it happened. So I'll go down with you tonight, and I'd like to check some people out at the Bard's Tale that may have actually seen the body. So that's what I'm thinking, how we should start out at this point.
Okay. And I just noticed that from what you were saying, that most of these people had been drinking and were kind of questionable character, and that at some point maybe
Your folk.
how's that?
Your folk.
Yeah, that I'll I'll pose as a ne'er do well and pretend to get drunk and go out and see if maybe that can draw them to expose themselves coming after me. Um, you guys could keep an eye on me. maybe we can maybe we could catch them.
That sounds like an excellent idea after we've done our investigations.
Yeah,
Do the interviews and such first.
maybe we could watch for if we go to that tavern in the what's it, the orcs something or other. It's like a orc breath tavern or something.
Ogre's flagon, I think you're getting looking for.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Um, that and go up there, and there was another place in the Scar district, um, and just keep an eye out for somebody who would be a likely candidate. Maybe we can tail them. And
That sounds good. Now, one other thing is had to go back and get some more equipment, which is why I was a little bit late. I've
okay,
made I've made tracings of the brand that is on that body.
yeah,
Is that badge of tire, but it's not the usual one. It may be an old one. And then also I made some tracings of those chains. So I'm going to give you copies of them.
okay.
So as you go around, if you know,
Keep
you might be asking if anybody has seen a badge, metal badge that has, that fits that this the tracing that I made. And
um, it might be a good idea to um, not advertise the fact that we're all interested in that. And that way we can just keep an eye out and look for it. Maybe somebody's carrying something like that. If they know we're interested in that, they may abandon that. They may use something different.
Well, that depends on whether you think the person's reliable or not, I would say. I'll leave that up to you.
Okay, I just keep that in mind.
Right.
And but look closely at any of that sort of um, anybody with a sign of tear that's a object that conceivably could be heated like that.
Thinking is we can say that Harbek, because he belongs to the Church of Tyr, he's interested in collecting Tyr badges and religious symbols, and he's asked us to keep an eye out for something like that that he could purchase. So that could be our story, why we're looking for it, not to do with the murders, but because
Okay.
Harbek is a collector. How does that sound?
Sure, and it's a different one, so he could say something like that he's particularly interested in old ones, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rokas and Icy, anything you want to fill him in on that you guys did? You did go to the magic shop.
Yeah. Yeah, we sold the staffs. I think we got like over 4,000 gold for them. We didn't buy anything. What I've been looking for was something that is stealth oriented. What I was trying to do is get your stealth up to at least not disadvantage. That way, in future travels, we'll have it'll up our stealth. I think that's probably our weakest point. I want to buy a breastplate. If I can get it enchanted to be a little stronger, that'd be cool. But it's not a studded leather.
What kind of armor do you have now? Okay, and what about?
She has that magical breastplate, and for her that raises her AC by 3.
Okay.
Whereas if I wear it, it only raises my AC by 2.
Gotcha.
And I forget why, but it worked better for her.
Okay.
So,
right.
Oh, and there's a kind of Arcane Alley has a place where the wizards hang out, where we can try to get enchantment or enhancements for armor, this and that. But there's also at the Glowing Anvil is a place where they sell enchanted stuff. The wizard there is a lady, Anita, and she might be willing to work with us because her employer there is kind of he's annoying, and he was disrespectful with her. So we might be able to employ her on the side to do an enchantment. We'll have to see. I didn't talk to her about it yet.
Well, I see you're wearing some very nice clothes. They look like they're pretty well made.
Yeah,
fine clothes. I'm not seeing much in the way of jewels or gold thread or anything like that. So I take it the place you went is not really high end. This is like the finest clothes they had.
Well, I asked for the plain clothes.
Okay.
Icy stuff is probably fancier.
Yes. It doesn't look like it looks like it's extremely well made, and the quality of the cloth for the kind of cloth it looks like it's good, but I don't see velvet or silk or any of the really expensive stuff there.
Okay. Gotcha.
So for the clothes, they are, I would say they're up to basically wealthy level, actually. So they are quite good. But yeah, if you wanted something like up to like aristocratic, yeah, there you could get something fancier.
That's what I was. Yes.
But as for like Driftwood it's up to Driftwood Tavern standards, like, so it is
Yes.
actually quite good.
Yes.
Right. And I'm going to go back and change into my traveling clothes to slum around some. I'm going to see if I can make contact with the criminal class in the city. I haven't mentioned it, but I've been trying to look around to see if I notice any. They typically will make little marks and stuff. They have ways of identifying buildings and places, and even people that are either reliable or unreliable or dangerous and stuff like that. So,
Oh, I think I can help you there.
oh yeah,
Yes. Let me call the landlord over.
okay,
So I'm gonna stick my head out the door and call the landlord over.
okay,
Okay, the boss of the Driftwood Tavern.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Ilario Nahan comes over. He's the owner and person who runs the Driftwood Tavern, and he says, "Yes, my lord."
Yes. Could you please bring the man who cured the map for me this morning? I need to talk to him.
Okay. He claps his hand, and one of their workers comes over. Says, "Hello, my lord."
Yes. I gave you 10 gold pieces for a map this morning.
Yes, that's right.
Well, it turns out I have been over to I don't remember the name of it now, the store down south.
Demetrius.
Yeah, Dimitri's general
Dimitri's General
store.
Store.
And I got a map there, and they said the going price is 5 gold. What
Uh,
happened to the other 5 gold?
well, I asked you if you wanted it as fast as possible, and so I went to Nathaniel's Luxury Supplies. Um, if you if you look at the map, you'll see that it has the Nathaniel's brand on it. They sell their maps for 10 gold.
Versus the 5 that you would have gotten from the other.
Yeah, but you said that that it didn't matter how much it cost. So I just went to Nathaniel's to get it as fast as I could.
Ah,
I'm sorry if I've displeased you.
well, seems to me that you're looking at the map here. Look like they're about equal distance. So you seem to be a fairly resourceful person to get yourself 5 gold.
If
So
if the map says it's from the luxury store, then he had to have paid 10 for it.
yeah, but he says that I get it as fast as possible. And I'm looking at the map now, and the distance from Driftwood to the luxury supply
But if it
is
came from
marginally shorter.
the other place, then he didn't make any money on it.
Yeah, you're right. If that's where he got it from, I take out the map now and I look at it. I thought it said,
It does say Nathaniel's. It has a big fancy logo on it that says Nathaniel's Luxury Supplies.
okay, smart young man. You didn't tell me I could have gotten it for 5 less gold when you asked me. You just asked me as fast as possible.
Oh,
Makes you a
actually,
resource.
then he's looking at his boss, and the boss says, "Unfortunately, that was actually my call. I sent him to
Okay,
Nathaniel's, but
okay,
you had indicated that you weren't concerned about the price, so
okay.
I'm sorry that I've caused you any displeasure.
Oh, you,
Normally the roads to the Protector's Enclave are quite packed in the morning. The bridge is extremely crowded, so it would take quite a bit longer to get down to Dumitrus.
I accept your explanation.
Yes, I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
Okay, so, okay, no problem. And while you're here anyway, let me give you the 3 gold for the next night's stay.
Hey, I think you haven't paid. I think we're having a tab on this so far.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't think you've paid for the first night either.
I have myself down as doing it.
Oh,
I
really?
can change that.
Okay.
Okay.
We could have, if you would like to do it now, we can have you pay so that we don't have any confusion.
Oh, running tab's fine. Running tab is fine if that's what you prefer.
But we do it for your convenience, sir. So,
Okay,
whatever you
running tab.
prefer.
Running tab is fine as long as you keep track of it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now, before we go down to the Bard's Tale, I want to do one last thing. I'm going to ask Pookie Jones, go up to my room and both with seeing and smelling, see, first of all, if anything is gone, and also to see if anybody is in my room, and use your nose for this. They may have picked up things and looked at them and then put them back.
Okay, so you want to see if there's a scent of any other person in your belongings, basically?
Yes.
Okay. So your dog goes up and go ahead and roll for the dog. And just to remind you, you should pull up your dog's stats when you're gonna do stuff with it.
How do I pull up my dog stats?
Just go to the player's handbook. You'd have to open a new tab or something for that. I'm also gonna do it right now. And then it's in the appendices, creature statistics, appendices D and Mastiff, I believe. Perception is wisdom, so he has he has +3 on perception specifically, and also keen hearing and smell, so advantage on. So you got advantage and a +3.
Okay,
So roll twice, take the best.
On a 20?
Yep.
Okay, first one's a 3. Second one's an 11, and I add 3.
Yeah, so 14. So the dog sniffs around, looks at everything, and reports back to you that everything seems normal.
Okay. Thank you. So now we can be on our way to the Bard's Tale.
Okay, is everyone going together?
I would suggest we do it.
I was almost thinking that Harbek should stay at the Bard's Tale. That would make it easier for us to meet, and it's closer.
I would not. I don't. I barely can handle what we're doing here. I'm not going to go any lower.
So, my rationale is it's close to the Hall of Justice. It's close to Never.
My rationale is my station will not tolerate living in a place like that.
It's
But you
too
also
low
gave up
class.
your.
It's too low for me. Sorry.
Lord Harbek.
He gave up his lordship and just said he wanted to be a paladin. But whatever you say, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a specific. I think that was specifically when he was dealing with his compatriots within the Church of Tyr.
I was just thinking yeah, it's okay. He's made his decision.
Good.
Right.
He's a stubborn man.
Yes.
A stubborn lord. There's a difference.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so.
All right, so the party is going to make their way to the Bard's Tale.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I would like to keep an eye out for any indication of the Thieves Guild.
Okay. Walking along the main road, you wouldn't really see that. You'd have to go into, an alley or into the side streets to. You wouldn't expect to find anything like that on a main road.
Okay.
And you don't see anything on the high road as you go down. But if you
Fine.
want to duck into some place, you could do that.
Well, Arcane Alley, I do want to.
Okay, that's after the Bard's Tale. So, are you gonna keep going, or you want to go in the Bard's Tale first?
I'll split up. You guys go into the place, and I'll go take a quick look around Arcane Alley.
Change into your rubby dubs.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do that.
Okay, we'll all go into the Bard's Tale, and you go up to the room.
Okay, so everybody goes into the Bard's Tale, and you see once again that there's there's actually a different bard singing on the stage. This time it's a male. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, it's a male human. He's up there singing a song, and there's not a ton of people in there during the day. Sorry, this is the morning or the evening. Oh yeah, okay. It's actually the evening now. I forgot. So actually, I forgot to mention this. So now that it's evening, you do see that a lot of the shops, when you're walking down to the Bard's Tale, most of the shops have closed up now that it's past sunset. And but of course inns and such taverns are open. And since it is the evening, there are a lot of customers in the Bard's Tale. And yeah, the male bard is up there singing as you come in. And it's kind of a little bit crowded. People are talking cheerfully. It's not too noisy because people are listening to the songs. And yeah, it's not a rough and tumble place. So yeah, that's what you can imagine as you enter. You're greeted again by the barmaid Sheila. It's a female half elf, and she says, "Hello, welcome back." And you have a friend with you?
Yes, we have Lord Harbek.
Well, she does a curtsy bow and, "Oh, my lord, we're so lucky to have you here."
Yes, you are. I agree.
Well, would you guys like a table to have a meal, or?
Just drinking. We've already had our meal.
Oh, I see. Um, okay, and she shows you over to, it seems like a kind of a special table, a nicer table over near the bard.
Very good.
And she says, "So, we have ale. Would you be interested?"
Please.
Is the ale made here? Is it fresh?
It's fresh, yes.
Okay, I'll have an ale then, please, and I would like a little bit of your time when you come back with it.
Okay. And so she goes off and brings it back. It's 5 copper for an ale. And when you have a drink of the ale, Harbek, you think it's as good or maybe better than what you had at the Driftwood.
Very good. I'm impressed. Now, there was a body found here very near to your place. Do you know anything about that?
I did hear there was a murder like a month or so ago.
That's the one. So
I
you
don't-
know nothing about it other than you heard about it?
I heard that I think it was reported by one of the Neverwinter Guard found it, and that it was pretty grisly, and they tried to make sure people didn't walk down there and see it.
A guard found it. Okay. And who told you about this?
I just heard rumors. A few people, I guess. I don't remember specifically. Lots of people come in and talk about the current events. So just heard it from customers.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my lord. Anything else I can do for you?
Sheila
What's that, ma'am?
is a collector of tar religious symbols. Do you know anybody that would have that sort of stuff available to buy?
Symbols of Tyr?
Yeah,
Um,
or
I don't know if
relics,
they
or
sell them at the Hall of Justice or somewhere like that. I'm not sure. Um, Forgive me, I'm not a religious person myself.
figured with the bar being in the business area, you might know somebody that you know sells things like that, or yeah, those sort of things.
I guess if it's made of metal, it might be something that you could get handcrafted from a blacksmith, or maybe from, I don't know, maybe I wonder if the general store would have something like that. I bet you can find someone selling. There's lots of people selling little trinkets and such over in the Scar.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
I'm just guessing, so don't take too much.
We'll take a look. Thanks.
Okay, let me know if you
So,
need some more ale.
okie doke.
So you go off and the you listen to the songs. The bard, in between songs, introduces himself to the audience as Night Breeze. He says
Night
he's
breeze.
David Night Breeze Brooks. And his singing is quite good. It's he seems to sing a lot of kind of dark folk songs.
And he's a human?
Yeah.
David, how long have you been performing here?
Okay, you shout up at him in between songs. He says, "Huh, maybe about 6 months."
Okay. I forgot that he was just talking to the audience. He didn't like
Oh, I thought. Yeah, I was thinking he came down to our table, but that's okay.
No, he was just on the stage and Icy shouted at him. But it's okay. He was a little surprised, but he was in between songs, so he was happy to answer. But soon after he goes back and starts up a next song.
his set.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to him, Icy?
After he's finished playing.
He can join us for a drink when he's finished his set.
Okay.
We'll order another round, and I will tell the waitress that the Lord commands he come to our table at his earliest convenience.
All right. So that she agrees and gets you some more ale.
Is that 5 coppers per drink or 5 coppers per round?
Per drink.
Gotcha. We're all paying our own way, I assume?
I paid mine.
Okay. I'll pay mine.
Okay, and so Night Breeze, he finishes his last song, Three Ravens, and he comes down afterwards, and you see Sheila pull him aside, and then he comes over to your table and does a bow to the three of you. Says, "May I have a seat?"
Please join us.
Please
Right.
do.
He sits down. He says, and Sheila brings him an ale that he's ordered. It seems. He says, "So, what brings you to the Bard's Tale?"
You called him, Icy.
Are staying here, and our acquaintance here, Lord Harbek, is help doing some investigation.
Okay. He's looking around at you guys, feeling a bit confused.
You gonna explain it to him, Icy?
Well, I figured Lord Harbek would explain what he's investigating. We're also Lord Harbek has told us that he's interested in buying tire. How do you say that? Tire.
No, it's tear, like a tear
Tear.
from your eye.
Okay. He's interested in tear relics. He's a collector.
I see. He seems to be one of the holy paladins.
He is.
He's most holy.
I see. I have heard some songs of your kin.
Interesting.
Hey, Lord Harbek,
Yeah.
wake up.
So, it sounded like you wanted to ask me something about what the relics of Tyr. I mean, I'm a bard. I'm not a relic collector. Sorry to say. I don't know if I can be of much assistance on that.
Did you hear about the murder last month? That was the body that was found in the Arcane Alley.
Yeah, there's a body over there. I heard. People said it was quite disgusting.
Yeah. Now they said they didn't know who it was. Was there any talk about any rumors about who might be missing?
Not that I've heard of, but I'm sure there must be missing people reports, but
But you just wondering if you'd heard anything, any speculation about who people hadn't been seeing afterwards.
I can't recall anybody really talking about anyone specific going missing, or looking for lost friends or anything. But thinking about it, now that you mention it, like, it seems that in order to get into the Protector's Enclave, you have to have a visitor's pass at the least, or be a citizen. Shouldn't be too many people it could have been.
Right.
Yeah, a little strange.
How about motive? Have you heard any speculations about why not only just this murder but any of the other ones? Any speculation or rumors about who's behind it or what?
Well,
Why?
I heard that that body and a bunch of others have been found with a symbol of tear burned onto them. So people are feeling a little bit sorry to be, if it sounds a little rude, my lord, but people are getting a bit suspicious of the Church of Tyr. I mean, there are law enforcement along with the Neverwinter Guard, but seems like maybe someone's getting overzealous.
Yep. And since the Lord Harbek is particularly interested to straighten this out because he's dedicated to justice, so he doesn't want his order to be accused of something that or guilty of something that's unjust.
Yeah, I would imagine that if yeah, the righteous paladins of Tyr, if they caught one of their own torturing people in the street, they wouldn't be too happy about it. But I'm sure there's probably some people who are getting suspicious of the church.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't heard people talk too much about it though.
Okay.
All the other murders, it seems, have been over in the slums.
in the scar.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, that they may have ended up, the bodies may have ended up in the scar, but it's not necessarily where they started off.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I think the rest of the city is happy. Sorry to be cruel, but happy to have it being over in a less desirable part of the city.
Well, that's understandable. Okay, well, you play well, and we enjoyed your music.
Oh, thank you. I
And
usually I play here sometimes during the day and usually in the evening.
Do you play anywhere else?
Um, I prefer to play here. I've played at the Ogre Slagon one time, but almost got someone threw a drink at me. I wasn't too happy about that.
Yeah, we went by the other day, and it was definitely a lower class establishment.
That's true. But you know, sometimes I like that kind of thing. Not
How
really
about
so much when I'm at work, though.
how about the Big Tap Tavern? Have you ever been there?
Oh no, that's probably ruined my reputation.
That, yeah. Have you ever heard anything about it?
Um, I heard it's a newly built building. Uh, most of the stuff over there was destroyed. So, um,
Okay.
yeah, I think it's a big. I heard it's I have been over there. Unfortunately, had to go over there. There are some interesting shops in the Scar, but the surrounding area is quite awful. I
Well, yeah, during the day, the the shops that you think are worth knowing about in the Scar. I know we met the cheesemaker.
Oh, yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah,
The
and
cheese there is amazing.
yep, he had great cheese, and we liked we liked him. Any other place in the Scar you recommend checking out?
Um, you see these shoes I got here?
Yes,
They look pretty fancy, right?
they look great.
So yeah, he's got like it's similar to what you're wearing, the pointed shoes with a curved tip,
Uh huh.
except his are a little bit more showy because he's a bard. Um, he says I actually got these made over at a place called Coop and Droop. It's in the
where's that
Scar.
located? Where's that located?
In the Scar,
It's in the Scar.
there's a tent set up there. It's this human and a little like I guess he's a goblin, but they make shoes, and they're
that's our
like they're a bit cheaper than what you'd get elsewhere, but they're seen. I mean, I think they're just as good quality.
excellent. I think know him.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
We ran into them on our travels.
yeah.
Well,
So yeah,
they did good work there. If you're looking for shoes, I mean, you already
where
got a
where
nice pair there, so
where was that tent set up?
it's in the Scar. I don't remember where, but it was in the north side maybe.
Very good.
But yeah, if
And
you walk up and down the main road there, you'll probably find it.
where's the cheese shop located?
It's sort of
I
in the
think
middle,
it's
isn't it?
near the middle, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But some
I,
of those shops move around because they kind of push each other around.
Okay,
okay.
so they're like push cart type places.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff going on. It's an active place. It's pretty, although it's not a high class area. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on in the Scar. Probably a lot of those businessmen and women, they'll eventually earn enough to buy property and then set up a real shop. But for now, that whole district is, they're still rebuilding. It's taken them the most time. But yeah, I don't spend much time over there because, our customers here, they would probably, you know, wouldn't be good for my reputation to hang out in the Freeland district.
Very good. Very good. Is there anybody over there selling or trading in like trinkets and
Oh, there's tons of shops with little trinkets and stuff. If you want like some magical stuff, I think there's a shop called Ollie's Oddities, but that's
Okay.
not in this. That's in River District.
Okay.
And that he has magical materials.
Yeah, I took a look in there. I wasn't sure if it's some of that stuff might be a ripoff. I can't really tell, but they have
Okay.
lots of little weird odds and ends.
Okay. Thank you. I think that's helpful.
And I give him a piece of silver, and I say, if anything comes up that you think would be interesting along these lines, please let us know.
Okay, so some of you are staying here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll probably see you around then.
Okay, my name is ICU, and this is Rokas and Lord Harbek.
Okay. He's politely bows to you, and then he takes Icy's hand and gives it a kiss. He says, "Okay, farewell, my lady."
Thank you, sir.
And he gives you the eyebrow wiggle. Choo-choo. Okay, and he heads off. And okay, anything else? You guys drinking? It's getting pretty late at this point, so.
Okay, I have to see Harold in the morning, so I'm going to go back to my digs now, and I will let Rokas do his usual scummy stuff.
Okay.
And on my way out, I give a piece of silver to the waitress there that.
Okay, Sheila. Yeah.
Give her a piece of silver, and I say the same thing. If anything occurs that you think might interest us along these lines, please let us know.
She says, "Oh, thank you, my lord. Would you like a carriage to your place of rest?"
Yes, I would. Thank you very much. It's late. That's a good idea.
All right. She flags down a carriage with that costs a copper to get back to the driftwood. Yeah. Okay. So Harbek has retreated to rest. Rokas and Icy are still at the Bard's Tale, so let's stick with them. You wanted to do some other things?
Yeah, I want to go change into my traveling clothes.
When you take them out, your nose is offended by the smell.
I thought they got cleaned.
Oh, yeah, they're cleaned, but you find that now that you've been wearing your fine clothes, that you just happen to notice there's a bit of a difference.
You can't get that elf stench out.
So yeah, you're off in your carriage.
Yeah, stop being racist over here.
I can smell it from the carriage.
So I very carefully hang up my my new finery so that it will stay pristine.
Okay, nice to mention that. Okay, so you slip into your clean but well-worn common clothes.
And
do you want me to join you, Rokas? I can change into my other gear.
If you want to do some sleuthing with me, bring your wand of magic missile in case we get into any trouble.
Okay, I'm going to change it to my stuff too.
Okay, and you got your weapons and everything?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. Plus, I've got the long cloak with all the hidden pockets to put stuff in.
Okay, you're wearing your cloak now. Cool. Okay, so you guys head back down and Sheila says, "Oh, how are you guys doing?"
Just fine. We're going to go take a little evening stroll. We didn't
Okay.
want to advertise ourselves as being
Oh, I see. Well to do, yeah.
yeah.
Smart thinking. Just as long as you stay in the Protector's Enclave, you'll probably be okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, you head out. There's not too many people on the streets now. You see the Neverwinter Guard uh, patrolling.
Uh-huh. Okay. I like to go through Arcane Alley and look around.
Okay.
I know it's dark.
Yeah, it's dark now. So you see the actual there's actually a store in that small alley called Arcane Alley, and you see the sign for it. And you can see in the window a bit, but it looks like there's a bunch of stuff around. It's pretty cluttered in there, but you can't see that well in there. It's dark.
Okay.
Anything you want to specifically look for in this area?
Yeah, I'm just looking for any markings or indication that the Thieves Guild or anything unusual, anything that
Mm-hmm.
would stand out. I'm just looking around.
All right, roll an investigation check. Only Rokas, because Icy doesn't know exactly what to look for.
Investigation. Let's see.
I think you're
If I
probably
have
-1 or something.
I don't remember. I rolled a 16. Investigation is 0, so it's 16.
Okay. All right, that's a pretty good roll. You look around.
Yeah, 16.
In this area, you don't really find anything. You feel like you search pretty thoroughly. Um, you look around Arcane Alley, and there's mostly a couple houses and things around here,
Okay.
and it's a small road. But you don't find any kind of suspicious markings.
Okay. The Sleeping Dragon,
Yeah.
is that a tavern?
No, the Sleeping Dragon, Winged Wyvern, and Dolphin are the 3 bridges.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So Icy, you feel like venturing into the River District or the Scar?
I head over to the Scar. Let's go to the Big Tap. It's a new building. And we can just, have a drink and sort of get a lay of the land.
Okay.
Because, yeah. And we might even run into one of the people that were investigated. Harbek gave us some of their names. And one of them, I think, worked at the Big Tap.
Yeah. Una?
Yes, Yuna.
Okay.
We'll go over there, and as we're walking, you can look around.
Okay. Why don't you take my arm so we'll look like we're a couple?
Okay.
Okay, so you walk up the high road and around past the bridges and past the House of Knowledge and to the Protector's Enclave district. The Neverwinter Guard looks at you guys as you pass through, but as you're leaving, they don't uh, they don't bother checking your IDs.
I might stop and ask the guard's name.
Okay, let me see. Okay, so you meet a guard. He says, my name's Jake.
Are you the guard in charge of this gate this evening?
Yeah.
Okay. My name's Rokas. My friend here is Icy, and we're new to Neverwinter. We've been here before, but we've not spent much time. And we were going to take a walk and just let you know that we would be back later. And we're not planning to stay out late. Let you know that you would expect to see us back.
Okay. I guess, yeah, that's helpful. Uh, Mind yourselves over there.
Yes. Yeah, if we were thinking of going to the Big Tap Tavern. Um, have you
Looking for
been?
trouble?
Well, trouble. If trouble finds our way, we'll handle it. But
Well, just to let you know, the Neverwinter Guard doesn't do much patrolling over there, so
we're on our own.
yeah, you're kind of on your own.
We're aware of that. We appreciate it. And
There's a shrine to Tyr. If you're really in a bind, you might run over there first.
oh, okay. Is it anywhere near the tap?
Yeah,
Just
it's on the way between here and the tap.
Okay. Very good.
okay. Is there anybody at the Shrine of Tyr?
Well, I don't know exactly what's
Probably not at this hour.
There's normally the priest there,
Okay.
Okay.
but sometimes they have. Yeah.
We were told the beer is very good at the Big Top.
Oh, really?
The ale. Yeah.
I hadn't heard that, but okay.
Oh.
Okay. Thanks, Jake. See you later.
All right. Hope so.
Okay. And I'm just while we're in the um scar,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have my short sword and my dagger ready. If there's any trouble,
That's what you're got equipped, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so you walk past, you walk in, and one of the first things you come to is the Shrine of Tyr. Did you want to pop in there at all?
Sure. Is it open?
You see some candles lit there.
Okay.
In the doorway.
We could knock and say hello.
It's not a huge building, but the main hall part is kind of open. It doesn't have doors actually.
Okay.
The two side parts have doors to them.
I could just knock on the door frame.
Yeah.
And say hello.
Okay, let me pull that up. You see that there are two men standing near a statue, and they seem to be chatting. When you knock on the wood, as you come through, they turn in your direction, say, "Hello."
Hello, hello.
What can we do for you?
Well, my friend Icy and I, my name is Rokas, are visiting the city.
Okay, and, I'm Reginald. I run this shrine. And this is Carl. He's one of our priests who patrols the area.
We were on our way to the big tavern, but we'd heard there
Careful.
was. We that's why we stuck our head in to say hello and inquire a bit about what's been going on. We understand over the last weeks there have been a number of misfortunes here in the Scar, and
Yes.
because what we had heard, the rumor was that these bodies had the mark of the church on them.
Yeah, that is true.
And we were curious to know, what within the church, what the feelings on this were, and it sounded alarming. Though we have acquaintance with Lord Harbek, who's a tier paladin.
Oh, a paladin. I haven't made his
Yeah.
acquaintance, but
I'm sure you will meet him.
okay.
And
We don't have many
he-
paladins here in the city.
yes, well, he is justifiably distressed over the idea of Tyr being associated with injustice.
Yes.
And I was just wondering if any information.
Carl kind of butts in and says, "Well, I heard that they were criminals. The ones who were murdered."
Well, that
They were
that's-
what?
They were criminals, but is it Tyr's justice to torture people and not bring them to justice through the law?
Well, that's true, but I mean, crimes must be punished.
Well, if these people were guilty of crimes, wouldn't Tyr require there to be evidence and testimony?
Well, that's true. We don't know who has been doing it, but who's to say there wasn't evidence and it could have been a paladin who's taken the oath of vengeance.
Well, Lord Harbek has taken the oath of vengeance, but he's been with us, so we can vouch for him, and can also vouch for his honorable handling of injustice. That you don't summarily execute people and you don't torture.
Well,
Is that how you want? Is that how you want Tyr to be seen?
Reginald kind of butts back in and says, I agree. Seems like I'm surprised that Carl, that you would say that. And Carl's like, well, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but the paladins I look up to those paladins who take the oath of vengeance, and they they go into lawless places like here in the Freeland district, and they're judge, jury, and executioner. They find the evidence and they deal with the crime, and they get it over and done with right away.
See, our Harbek, he doesn't belong to vengeance. He belongs to lawful.
So yeah, a Harbek actually is the oath of vengeance. So
Yeah,
he has.
but the thing
that means that he basically, yeah, he won't forgive any crimes. Basically,
right.
He won't let things go.
But
There's
he
some
does
more
it in
details.
He does it in a very lawful and pragmatic way.
I was going to say we apprehended criminals in Phandelver, and they were sent here to Neverwinter to stand trial. They weren't executed even though there was lots of evidence against them.
Well, if there was a paladin there, he could have maybe taken care of it without troubling everyone.
Not a
Do you
matter of trouble. It's a matter of justice. Tyr's symbol is a scale, and a scale of justice can't be one person decide. It has to be.
But, I don't know if you know this, but paladins go through years of training to, like, align themselves with Tyr's thoughts and Tyr's own sense of justice. A paladin would, deal with it in the most just way, even if it's executing the criminal. Then that means that criminal was guilty and needed to be executed.
Do you know any paladins that are of the Oath of Vengeance that we could talk to?
I don't think
Or
there's.
introduce?
Yeah, I don't know
or
any
intro-
in the city, but I have read stories of them.
Well, my point is that you've had half a dozen murders, and there's no paladin, nobody trained to do this.
That part is quite strange. Reginald is like getting in again. He's like, yeah. I mean, we don't have. We only have. There's a paladin named Heidi over at the Hall of Justice, and there are some who come and go from the city. But yeah, we don't have any people
You don't have a
running
resident.
around here in the Freeland district. And he's looking at Carl saying this, and Carl's like, "Well, yeah, I'm just saying we don't know the whole story. That's all I'm saying."
And do paladins sulk around at night, murdering people?
I guess they probably wouldn't.
I mean, it seems to me justice would be done in the open.
Shrine of Tyr.
What's that?
How long have you been here at the Shrine of Tyr?
So Reginald says, I've been here for a few years. Carl's been here how long? Carl says, "Oh, about a year, I guess."
And how long ago did all these murders start?
I don't know.
6 to 7 weeks ago.
Reginald says, "Yeah, I think it was a month or so ago. It was in the end of the spring."
Okay. Now, did either of you have any knowledge at all of the people that were found dead?
A few of them were reported to me, Reginald says. But I didn't find them myself. But yeah, some citizens reported it to me, and I reported it to the church and to the Neverwinter Guard.
But did you know the people?
No, I wasn't really familiar with any of them. A lot of people come and go from the Freeland district.
And the rumor was that these were all.
Yeah, Carl said he heard that they were criminals.
Guilty of capital crimes.
Carl says, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know all the details. I'm just saying we're kind of just if there's someone branded them with Tyr, I don't know. I was just thinking maybe someone had some reason for it."
And
Well,
did the reason occur to you that they want to bring suspicion and shame on your church?
Well, maybe that's right.
So whoever's doing this may not have the church's well-being in their heart.
That might be true.
Well, I'm sure Lord Harbek will be around. I don't think he looks kindly upon this situation. If I were you, I wouldn't let him know that you have any that there's any approval on your part for what's been happening.
You said he's a paladin?
Yes.
And he's taken the oath of vengeance?
Yes, he has.
Alright. Well, I'm sure he's a man of honor. I'd like to meet him.
Well, I think you will.
Okay.
And could you direct us to the big tap? That's where we were going to go next.
Okay. I'll walk you over there,
That would be kind of you.
Carl says. Reginald says, "Okay, well, take care, guys. Let me know if you see anything dangerous going on. We mainly deal with legal disputes here, because the Neverwinter guard doesn't do much over here. So if the people in the Scar have, like, have some dispute over the land, or there's a theft or something, then we'll try to mediate it here."
Very good. Thank you.
So yeah, Carl usually patrols around looking for anybody who needs help at night.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you see somebody that needs help, Carl, how do you intervene?
Oh, just try to ask them what's wrong.
Okay. and of the locals that you've run into here, are there any in particular that we should know about? People who are good or not so good?
I've heard that there's a group of thieves. I'm looking for them.
Are they a formal group?
Yeah, I guess they're called the Rat Pack.
Okay.
I don't know much about them yet, but yeah, I've heard rumors.
What's the name?
The Rat Pack.
Rat Pack. And do you have any idea of what their what they are up to? Are they just common thieves, or?
Yeah, I heard they're common thieves. But there were some thefts over in the Lake District and the River District that people were saying were from the Rat Pack.
Now, were these like breaking and entering type thefts or robberies or?
Breaking and entering, usually it was at night and in people's homes.
Okay.
Burglars.
Were they violent in any way?
I'm not sure.
Okay. But they're known for thievery more than they are violence. That's what I'm getting
That's
at.
true.
Okay. The Rat Pack.
Yeah.
And any particular people associated with the Rat Pack?
Well, I heard their leader's called the Rat King.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
But I don't know much about them. They seem to have kind of recently started up. Past couple months.
Okay. Huh.
Okay. You're having this conversation as you're walking over, and you're
Yes.
arriving there now. He says, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go check up around the north side."
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah. let us know if you see any crimes or anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. Anything we think you'll need to know, we'll certainly report back.
Okay. Stay safe.
Thank you. So, Icy?
Yeah, so Carl walks off up the road.
Rokas, don't give too much away to Carl. I don't have a good feeling about him.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I won't tell Carl too much. But I just sort of get an idea that
You're putting him on notice.
yeah. And they're gonna run into Harbek. There isn't gonna be any question about what he's up to. But yeah, that we're more or less on the side of right and wrong.
Okay, in we go to the big tap.
Yeah, are you gonna go in or look around anything first?
Let's look around, get a feel for the place. Is there any markings or anything that I would notice from the rat pack?
Okay, roll another investigation check.
Ooh, a 20, nat 20.
Okay. So you walk around the back and you do see something scrawled. It looks something like this.
There's our symbol there, Richie. I mean,
Okay.
Rokas.
Yeah, Rokas,
Now
do you see it?
Yeah. It looks like the rats are is that like a crown with the other rat?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you tell me what you think it is, and I'll tell you what you know from your thieves' camp knowledge.
It looks like a like maybe a rat with a crown, which is probably Tyr, is like wreaking havoc on the other rats. Maybe a lower rat.
The symbol's on a door, right?
No, it's like carved into some wood around the back.
Yeah.
It's not on
So
a
that
door.
might.
It's on the big tap. Actually, no, it's like on a fence across from the big tap.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know that in thieves can't usually the symbol will not be on the thing, it will be like across from it.
Okay.
So you think it is telling you about the big tap?
Okay.
You recognize the top because you rolled a 20, you rolled a net 20, right?
Yeah.
So you got this idea that this is the rat from the Rat Pack. He's got a crown, and you've heard
King rat.
you've
Yeah.
heard of the Rat King.
Yeah.
So that lets you think this is probably their territory symbol.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
then below it is an ally symbol.
Okay.
So it's a mouse instead of a rat.
Ah, okay.
So,
I did have the dominance part, right?
yeah. So it's showing that across from here there's somebody who we can work with.
Okay.
Not a rat, but a mouse.
Right.
And it sounds like the big tap might be sort of a meeting place for them. Would that be about right?
That's a good assumption.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to keep looking around, or you want to go in for a beer and just see if we noticed or hear anything while we're there?
Yeah, we could just go in and take a quiet look around.
Okay, cool. Roll a d20 for me to see what's going on. As a random thing.
19.
Okay, so you see this, the big tap is a newly constructed log building. And as you enter, you see that it's a pretty, active place. There's lots of people in there. As you walk in, there's actually a guy steps in front of you, guys. It's a half orc like Vola, but it's a man, a male, and he's even taller than Vola. And he's got his arms crossed in front of him. He says, "You new here?"
Tonight I am.
Alright. Keep everything under control. Or, you might have to deal with me.
That sounds fine.
We'll have a little handshake.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. What is your name?
Goro.
Goro. Nice to meet you.
Yep. Well, there's, he points over to a female human. Says, if you want a drink, you better make yourself known. Give a shout to Yuna or Ilara. But make sure you're loud.
Thanks.
And he gives you a pat on the back, Rokas, that's like really hard and shoves you forward.
And I look back at him with a grin.
He gives you a big grin and you see his tusks sticking out.
Okay. So we go over to Yuna.
Yeah, she has like 5 glasses of ale on a tray and she's handing them out to a table.
Okay, we wait till she's finished.
She turns around and almost runs right into your face. And she's, "Oh! Sorry."
No problem. You got a place for 2 to have a ale?
Yeah. You want to sit at the bar or on a table?
A table would be nice.
Okay. Do you mind sitting with other people?
No, we're fine with that.
Alright, well, that's what we got anyway, so... So she brings you over, and there's a couple guys at a table. They're all, like, pretty drunk already. One of them's just got his head on the table. And 2 of the other guys are just, like, arguing about something. But not too noisy. It's more lazy arguing.
Okay.
And she brings you ale. She says, "This ale's 2 copper."
Okay. I'll get I'll get this round.
Thank you.
All right.
And I'll give her extra copper.
Okay.
As a tip.
Thank you. So she goes off and does her thing.
Did she burp like that?
That was the guy at your table. Just adding realistic sound effects to this environment.
bar sounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you're sitting there. You see people just doing their regular rowdy tavern activities. Anything you're looking for in particular?
Oh, we're talking softly and listening. See if we can pick up any of the conversation.
Okay. Anything you're listening in for in particular?
Oh, yeah. Talk of that sounds like it could be related to rats or thievery or murders or the church. Particularly interested in any gossip or talk about Tyr.
Okay. Roll a perception check, both of you.
Got an 18. That's funny. I rolled a 20, a 19, and now an 18.
Plus your perception.
Oh, perception is
15.
Oh, there it is. Plus 6. So that would be pretty good. A 24.
Yeah. And Icy?
15.
15 total?
Yeah.
Okay, so Rokus, with your high number, you actually notice there's some very unique characters over in the dark corner. You see two races that we have not come across yet. There's a male Kenku and a female Tabaxi and a male human sitting at a table. And the human, you hear speaking every once in a while. He'll throw in a bit of thieves' cant.
So it's a Kanku.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what those are.
What was the other one?
A tabaxi. So it's basically a humanoid raven, but without wings. Instead of wings, it has hands and arms, but they're kind of the rough texture of a bird's foot.
Okay.
So it's like a raven person.
Okay.
A tabaxi is like a humanoid cat, sort of like a desert cat. So you have not run into either of these types of people before.
Okay.
But you hear the human. He said a couple words in thieves' cant.
Okay. Well, does the human have any identifiable features?
Not really. He's just wearing brown and black clothes, and he's got dark hair. It's pretty short, and he's got he looks like, he probably lives over here in the Freeland district. He's not well dressed or well washed.
Okay.
The tabaxi, which is the cat person, they're wearing similar, brown and black clothes with a hooded like mantle.
Uh-huh.
And the kenku, which is the raven like guy, he's also wearing a mantle with the hood. He's got his hood up.
So I'm gonna tell Icy. So those guys in the dark corner. So I'm hearing thief talk out of the human. And I don't know these other guys who or what they are. Are they anything you've ever seen?
I don't think she is familiar with these races either.
Okay. So we
Maybe
might just go ahead.
call Una over for another drink and seeing as how you've given her a tip, see if she could just give us any lowdown on what goes on at the bar.
Well, you're the persuasive one. Why don't you talk to her?
Another round, please.
Okay, you want Yuna bring another round? So yeah, Yuna comes over and she gives you 2 more ales.
That friend of yours was murdered a while back.
What? How do you know that?
Just people were talking, and we just wondered how you're doing. Are you feeling safe?
I mean, not really, but that's how it is.
Do you have any idea who might have hurt her or killed her?
I don't know. She says, well, she kind of got on a lot of people's bad side. She used to get men drunk and take advantage of them.
Anybody in particular that she would have had that would have been upset with her?
Probably a lot of people, but
Anybody that night that she died, or the night before?
I mean, it's not easy to remember like who she was talking to, and I mean, I didn't keep track of, you know, all the comings and goings, but
Did she mention anybody that scared her or threatened her?
yeah, I mean, but that happened all the time, so
Okay. When you were the one that identified the body,
yeah.
um, do you know who found the body?
Okay, so she says, yeah, the person who found the body is actually the bouncer Goro. He found her behind the bar here.
Okay, behind the bar.
Yeah.
Had she been here that night?
Um, I think so, yeah.
Okay. Do you know any of the other people that have met this sort of end?
Um, there was the most recent one, Will. I knew him too.
And did he have enemies as well?
I don't know. Well, like Holly, she used to, target men that she saw as predators, and also, travelers who, she thought she could get some money out of or something. Will, he just was a regular customer. I know he had a business in the Scar that I think wasn't doing well. And yeah, I remember the night that he was murdered. He was in here. He was got really drunk, and he was shouting about he wanted to join the Rat Pack, and he wanted to like steal stuff and sell it at the pawn shop to get some money.
Interesting. So the
Do
Rat
you know?
Pack. I'm gonna pass her a silver and thank her for talking to us. When when you get a chance, can we talk some more um, about Will and the Rat Pack?
I guess so. What do you mean? Like when?
Just when you're not too busy with customers,
Tonight?
you take a break now and again, right?
Uh, not that much, but I could talk after we close.
Okay, that'll be fine.
Sweet. Okay.
I don't. We
She
can't
seems
just.
kind of like, you kind of brought up some stuff she didn't want to think about. So
Yeah.
you can
Let's
tell she's kind of like trying to get back to
let's.
work to forget about it.
Well, that's why I broke off because she can't just keep here talking to us forever.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, she goes off, and you see her putting on a happy face, and as she approaches the next customer and looks as if she is totally fine.
Okay.
But you suspect that she's pretending.
Yeah. Okay. Um. So we're just gonna quietly drink. Maybe get another round. How late are they open?
You're not sure. You could ask someone.
Well, next time she brings us a round of drinks, I'll ask.
Okay.
Two
So
guys are at our table.
what's that?
We can ask the two guys that are passed out at our table.
Yeah, if you want.
Couldn't
There's
we?
only one of them's got his head down. The other two are talking. Are they arguing at all still?
They seem to have stopped for the moment.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Icy. could you tell us how late this bar stays open?
Icy?
I see you.
Huh? You see me? Of course. What are you talking about?
Oh, we were just wondering how late the bar stays open.
The bar? This bar?
Yes.
Uh, I'm usually not conscious when the bar closes, so I don't know. How about you? Yeah, it's open till about 2 or 3, I think.
Okay, thank you. Is it around, what time is it now?
We'll say it's past midnight.
Okay.
Yuna seems pretty busy. She doesn't come over for a while. Are you gonna do anything in the meantime?
How far away are is the dark corner with the guys?
You're kind of in the middle, and they're off in the corner. Maybe 20 feet away or something.
Okay.
Okay, is there a washroom nearby? We could pretend we're going to the washroom and walk past their table?
There's a door that leads out back. You don't see any signs for washrooms or anything.
Might be where the outhouse is. I
If
think
they-
you need to go for a pee, Rokas.
So, you trying to find an excuse to go to the table?
or loiter near them a bit.
Okay. You guys can go mill about if you want. There's a lot of people walking around it already, so
Okay.
as you walk over, somebody bumps into you.
But I've got my money sack stashed where it can't be picked.
Okay. um.
Pocket my cape.
All right. So you walk over. You're kind of milling about near their table, and you see the human. He's actually kind of he's the one that's kind of out in the room more. The other two are in the corner more, watching the room.
Uh-huh.
And then they seem to notice you like milling about, so they kind of made eye contact with him and look at you, and then he turns around and looks at you, and they stop talking.
I'll lift my mug of ale and kind of a greeting.
All right, they lift their drinks back, and the human smiles a kind of like malicious looking smile.
Might is Yuna anywhere around?
She's not too far, like 10 feet off.
Might walk over and say something about that I haven't had the pleasure of acquainting myself with your races. My name's Rokas.
Hey, so you're saying that to the table?
Yeah.
And you mentioned Yuna? Did you have her involved some way?
I was going to wave her over and see and buy the table a drink.
Okay. All right. So you wave her over as you're saying that, and they're just looking at you at first. So what do you want to say to Yuna?
I say, if you would be so kind as to put the next round of drinks for these gentlemen on my tab.
She says, "Oh, okay, sure." And So she goes off, and the three of them look at you, and the human says, uh, "Are you looking for something?"
Well, my friend and I are here fresh from Phandelver, having finished up a job, and we're always looking for employment and opportunity.
Employment and opportunity, says the Kenku. It sounds exactly like your voice, and it kind of creeps you out.
That's a good mimic.
That's a good mimic. And the human and the cat laugh.
Are there opportunities and employment in Neverwinter?
And you and your friend both looking for work?
Yeah.
What kind of work you're thinking
We
about?
we take on various jobs. We have many skills.
Mm-hmm. What kind of skills?
Well, we
You want to sit down?
sure.
All right, have a seat. He like kicks the chair out from under the table so that it slides over to you.
And I'll motion to Icy, and there's a room for both of us.
Yeah. There's a chair and
Okay.
a stool.
Okay. I'll offer Icy this chair, and I'll take the stool,
All right.
showing her respect.
They're both all the guys are just kind of watching you and listening.
Our my profession is as a guide. Typically, I'll help people from one place to another, but I've taken on jobs for people that needed help with delicate situations, and I can use a little bit of my thief can't to let the human know that that I have experience
Okay,
in
what do you
that.
want to say in Thieves Camp?
During the conversation, I'll be saying to him that you know, opportunities that aren't necessarily completely above board are are something we can
Okay,
be
so
considering.
so I see you hear Rokas say a few sentences, and then he said a couple things that sound like kind of like you don't know what the hell he's talking about suddenly. Like he's just using normal common words, but he's saying stringing them together in weird ways. And then the everybody at the table smiles at you.
Ha, human druid, and some of my things that I bring to it is I'm very good at doing investigations because I can shift change. I'm an actual very good brewer, and I'm very good at being in a supportive, helpful role.
Hmm. All right.
She,
So
I can
now
tell
that
she,
you've the important part being that you use some thieves can't. Uh, they kind of you can tell they changed their way of looking at you there. The guy says, "All right, well, my name is Roach, and these are my buddies Cutter." He points to the Kenku, and Glistening Sands. He points to the Tabaxi.
what's the tabaxi's name?
Glistening Sands.
Okay.
They nod at you. You looking for a job?
You were always interested in possibilities. Um,
Well,
we,
there's one thing that we're doing that just a general work for the community, trying to figure out this murder spree, who's the culprit, because ever since the murders started happening, there's been a lot more law enforcement over here in the Freeland district, and we don't like that.
okay.
Do you know
We
anything of, do you have any information about the murders, or do you have any speculations?
Uh, well, a few of the murders happened around here, um, which we are not happy about.
yeah, I could understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I
There's
wouldn't want I
been
wouldn't want the authorities paying that much attention to my home territory.
That's right. So there's been priests of Tyr and Neverwinter Guard randomly showing up,
Yeah,
and
and just so you know, we're posing as helpers for a tier paladin. Um, and he's yep. So if you see us with him, don't be surprised. Um,
wait. So so they all got like uncomfortable when you said that.
I'm telling you guys that we are posing as his compatriots.
All right, do a deception check, cause that's not
Okay,
true.
I rolled a 15.
The
All right.
17 plus 1 is 18.
Well, you didn't say it, so you can't roll for that.
Okay.
He says, "Bullshit. Tell me the truth. What's going on?"
Employment, and this Lord has offered us employment. There's rewards in regards to the murder.
All right, you roll a deception check then. Well, actually,
Okay.
you rolled one. What was it?
17 plus 1 is 18.
He says, "I think there's more to it than that."
Yeah, we were looking for work, and he's looking into these murders. And I think you probably would like these murders solved too. That way the guards and the priest would not be around so much.
And the other thing is that we know he's not involved because he was out on the road. Icy met him on the way in.
Mm-hmm. I think
So
you guys are friends,
he hasn't been there.
but
He's a smelly dwarf. He's no friend of mine.
uh-huh.
And he's rude and arrogant. And if you don't believe that, you never met the guy.
His nose is always in the air, and he's very condescending.
The Kenku copies Icy's voice and says, "Very condescending." And Roach says, "Yeah, I think you guys are being pretty condescending too. Think I can't tell you're lying? Listen,
Oh,
you want to solve the murder? We want to solve the murder? Sure, we can work together. But I'm not gonna give you any other information on jobs or anything."
okay. Fine.
Can you give us any information? Do you have any leads on the murders? Who might be a suspect?
Um,
Or who would benefit by the church looking bad?
yeah. So the Neverwinter Guard, they don't like the church.
Okay.
We also met Carl the priest, and we were not. There's something shifty about him as well. Have you noticed that?
There's a one. I don't know if it's. I don't know his name, but there's a priest who comes in here sometimes.
Yeah,
Okay. That's probably
shi
him.
he's kind of shifty.
Well, I'm shifty too, so
No, but I mean,
You're not a priest.
yeah, maybe we should make friends with him.
see what you can find out.
So yeah, the Neverwinter Guard, they don't seem to like working with the Church of Tyr.
Okay.
Maybe it's them. Um, there's plenty of crazy beggars up in Beggar's Nest. I'm sure there's some psychos there. Uh,
Ah,
um,
it's
the thing
not
that's
exactly the work of a psycho.
yeah, it seems I don't know. It's weird. We don't have any really good leads on it, but
Okay,
I
can
can
we
tell
maybe
you
check?
it's I can tell you I don't think it's any of the regular, thieves or criminals who are trying to have, make a living over here in Neverwinter. Whoever it is, some kind of crazy murderer. I don't think I don't see much benefit. None of the people who got killed were anybody important. It seems like, if you ask me, they're killing people who nobody cares if they kill them.
Right. That's kind of what struck me too.
Yeah. But yeah, we don't have too much information, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, we could always check back in a couple of days with you. Come and have a beer, and we'll just compare notes.
Yeah, I mean, two of the people who got killed were patrons here, so there's some connection.
Did you know Will? Was he one of them?
I was here the night he was shouting about stealing stuff, so I don't know if
Huh.
it is a Church of Tyr person, then maybe they pissed them off or something, or
Now,
maybe the Neverwinter Guard heard that and thought that's a good person to set up.
now he was also talking about wanting to join the Rat Pack.
I don't know who that is.
Okay. See, I would call bullshit on that.
You can do an insight check. You wanna?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Insight. Do I have insight? +6. So that would be 21.
Yeah, he's lying.
So I say to him, I said, you don't want me to bullshit you, don't bullshit me.
You did it first.
Okay, so we're even now.
We're just both wary. We have,
So
we
you
both
see
have.
the tabaxi, glistening sands.
Yeah.
She puts her paw on the table and her claws come out from her ends of her fingers as she kind of digs into the wooden table, and she says, "We don't deal with the Church of Tyr, and you are friends with a paladin. Do you understand? That's a problem."
Well,
See that, but you also want to know what's going on with the murder. And this
We don't
paladin
really
was
want to know what's going on. We just want it to end.
that's how you get it to end, is by finding out about it. And that's all
Right.
this paladin cares about. And I'm not a priest, and I have nothing to do with the church. And that paladin and I, it's hard to call us friends. We're always disagreeing. we don't see eye to eye on anything.
She her claws go back and she says, "Okay."
So anyhow, have the same end goal here, and I'm not going to blow any of your all's cover. For what you're doing is what you're doing. It's none of my business.
We're not doing anything, just having a drink.
I'm saying that your organization, this fella here, I know he's a rat packer, and I don't care.
Roach puts his hand on your shoulder as you're like saying organization and rat pack, and he says, "Use thieves can't."
Okay, so I'll get this across to him in the.
He says it in thieves can't. That you should use thieves can't.
Okay.
He says like, "There's a snake slipping down the tubes," and you know what he means.
Okay. So I basically get across to the point is that I don't have any interest in their thievery or whatever they're up to. That's their business, and unless they want to employ us, but that the main thing we're doing is we're working on the same team trying to figure out what happened with these murders.
Okay, so Roach says if you want to work with the Rat Pack, he's speaking Thieves Can't now.
Yeah.
Says come back tomorrow night and we'll think of something that you can do to get the Rat King's interest. But if you just want to solve that murder, then we don't need to do any business with each other. But we'll let you know if we find anything.
Same here. If we find anything, we'll let you know. Okay.
Thank you for letting us share your table. Have a good night.
And then he says, in Thieves Can't, pretend we're pissed off at each other. And he says, "Fuck off, asshole."
No, so same to you.
And he throws his drink on you.
and I put my elbow into the side of his head.
Alright. They all stand up and stare you down as you leave.
And I will get Icy up and walk off.
Okay.
And reassure her that was done. I whispered to her that was okay. Not to worry about that.
Okay.
Impulsive and causing trouble.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, anything else you want to do in the bar?
No, just wait for it to close.
Okay, so eventually everyone staggers out, and Goro has to drag a few people and dump them out in the road. But by 3 a.m., it's closed, and Yuna's wiping up the tables.
So we could just go over while she's working and chit chat with her a little bit.
Okay.
Goro says, "Are these guys bothering you, Yuna?" And she says, No, it's okay. They just want to ask me some stuff before we close." And Goro says, "Alright." And he leaves you guys alone. Says, "So, yeah, what do you want?"
I just want to let you know that we, along with the neighborhood, are interested in finding out what's been happening with these murders, and that if you see or hear anything that you think we might be interested in, that we'll pay you for good information, and that we aren't here to make trouble.
She says,
Coming.
"Okay, yeah, I'll let you know if I think of anything or see anything."
I
She
see anything.
says, um, she just repeats what she said before about Holly had a lot of enemies, but it was all the time, so she didn't have any idea who it could be that had a grudge against her,
Uh-huh.
but that she seemed to have a grudge against most men, and that Will was pretty um just a regular customer, but that she just reiterates that he was talking about trying to join the Rat Pack or stealing stuff the last night. He was super drunk.
Okay. Very good.
The priest Carl come into the bar.
During tonight?
No, how often does he drop into the bar?
Oh, the priest Carl. Yeah, he comes in here sometimes. Usually early in the evening. He doesn't stay here late or anything. Um,
Did
he just grabs a ale sometimes.
he have interactions with Holly?
He was probably here sometime when she was here. I don't remember any specific interactions.
Okay.
How about Will?
Um, well, Will was here all night that night. I don't remember if Carl was here or not.
Will Carl probably wouldn't have seen him ranting and raving because that was later in the evening. Is that right?
Uh, yeah, he was here. I mean, he was here till we closed, pretty much.
Okay.
Does he usually sit at a table with any certain group?
Well, he. You talking about Will? He had his friend Neil,
Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah, Neil identified the body. I think
Okay.
that's what I heard, at least.
Okay.
Neil wasn't here tonight, was he?
No.
Okay. Very good.
We're planning on coming back tomorrow night, so maybe we can, if you get a break, you could join us and you can give us more information as you get it.
Okay, I think Neil lives in the Scar.
Okay, thank you. Whereabouts?
I'm not sure,
Okay.
but
Okay. So we take our leave. Do we have any adventures on our way back to the gate?
no, it should be pretty clear. You get back and you see Jake there. He nods at you and checks your passport, even though he recognizes you. He says it's a standard protocol. You gotta check your IDs and everything.
Very good. Keep up the good work, sir.
All right. And you guys get back. So it's pretty late. It's a lot later than you normally go to sleep. So roll a Constitution check, both of you.
For me, it would be 12 total.
Okay, Icy.
Total of 17.
Okay, you both feel okay the next morning. You managed to get enough rest.
Sleeping in. I am sleeping.
Yeah,
in.
you do sleep in a bit late, so
And
that
that's
might
when we
affect when Harbek's messenger might come wake you up.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next morning at the Driftwood Tavern, and
Okay.
Harbek is waking up feeling refreshed.
Okay. So I will come down for breakfast and say that there's a priest named Harold. Please let me know as soon as he gets here.
Okay. So soon after that, he arrives.
Okay. And then, did you get any information about the passports that I asked you to check on?
He says he told them that you wanted them to check on male humans more, and that they had agreed to do that. Um, and he says that he informed the Church of Tyr about this idea as well. That the priests will be checking IDs too.
Okay, great. And would you be willing to accompany me to the Silver Thimble so we can talk on the way?
He says, yes, sure. And so you guys can exit the Driftwood Tavern together if you want.
Please?
And he says, would you like to walk or take a carriage?
We'll take a carriage.
Okay, so he finds one for you. And for a copper, you're able to get over to the Silver Thimble.
Right. Now, as we went by, I noticed when we were in the Lake District that the people are wearing funny clothes. What can you tell me about that?
Okay, yeah, as you're going through, you see the fashion uh, in the River District seems to be striped coats for men and berets for women with with a feather.
Okay, so it's just people in the Lake District that do this?
Uh, you just notice that the fine clothed people wearing fine clothes, that seems to be the fashion there. As you get into the River District, you don't see as many people wearing fine clothes at all. So
Okay. And we get to the Silver Thimble Tailors now.
yeah.
Okay. At this point, can I roll my suck up persuasion dice?
Sure. What? Tell me what you're trying to do first.
Okay, I'm going to come in with those silk sheets
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to try to trade them in with what I would like them to do is to tailor us and buy an outfit that will hide our armor.
Okay. So your chainmail armor, you want something that goes over it?
Yeah, but it still would be applicable for being in the finer places and such. So you don't normally stomp around in armor.
Hmm. So okay. There. So just to clarify, I guess. If you were to wear fancier armor like plate mail or something, like well polished, uh, gleaming plate mail, you could stomp around in armor and still look noble, you know.
I
So with your chainmail that you have now, it doesn't really give off that vibe. So yeah, you could try to buy something to kind of wear over it as robes.
uh,
But that wouldn't be really in fitting with the fashion, which is mostly uh, tight fitting like tights and tight fitting clothes and things like that.
well, I'm not from this area anyway.
Right. So yeah, she says that she can try to do something cool for you. Like she gives you an idea about like a kind of robes and a mantle, and
Yeah,
that she can try to do something in stripes if you want to go for that style. But she tells you that it's kind of this is sort of a unique thing that she's gonna make you.
right.
So you're gonna be a trendsetter maybe.
Okay.
That's how she phrases it.
Okay, and can
Okay.
you now you already know their sizes and everything. The two that came in the other yesterday, you
Okay,
make
you
something for them
describe
so they
them
can look
and they say they think they know who you're talking about.
right. I would like you to make something similar for them as well, so they can wear their armor under it.
Okay, both of them wear leather armor, so yeah, I guess they still
Well,
would need something on top. Okay,
and you can make it. Could you make it especially for those two? Could you make it where it looks like they're just sort of pudgy, maybe a little overweight. It's actually hidden.
sort of a costume then.
Yeah.
Okay, but you want it to be of high quality that is considered like wealthy status.
Yes, but it doesn't have to be as noble as I am.
All right, this is a very specific order, so
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to think about the price.
Okay. Well, now,
This is sort of like a combination of costume and fine clothes.
I realize that. So, but if you would be interested, I have these silk sheets that we picked up.
Okay, she takes a look at them. They're a bit smelly, she thinks, but she says they're in decent quality. They don't have any holes in them or anything. Alright, she says, okay, normally our fine clothes are 15 gold. A costume is usually 5 gold. If you trade us these silk sheets, we can. It's gonna be hard, but yeah, we can try to. You want 3 outfits basically?
Oh, yes, and I have one question though. Now, the other two, you said you could make them so that they people would have to look very closely to see that they're actually wearing armor. With the chainmail, you said that's going to be much more difficult. If I just wore my chain shirt, would you be able to also disguise me?
Okay, so for like game mechanics, you can't really like wear parts of your armor for the armor
Well,
class.
it has chain shirts in the armor classes. It's a medium armor.
Okay, I think, but the chainmail is like a separate suit of mail. It's not a chain shirt and something else. I'm
Oh,
assuming they mean a different length and style.
does
Okay.
it have a different AC?
Yeah, if
Yeah,
it's medium, then
medium.
it'll be a
So I
lower
thought it was
AC.
so I thought that the hood and the
I think,
bottom part.
yeah, I think a chain shirt is like a short sleeve t-shirt shape basically, and what you're wearing is like long
You,
sleeves and like a almost like a dress, like it goes all the way down your legs.
yeah,
Okay,
you'd
okay.
you'd
So
have
I'll stick
you
with the robes then.
Yeah, you
But the
can't.
either
other
that,
the
or you
other two
could
can be disguised.
Harbek. You could buy a chain shirt.
I might go do that.
Yeah,
She says, yeah, she could do. So she says, if you want the robes that cover the chainmail, that'll be like 20 gold.
Okay.
Um, and for if you have a costume that covers like medium armor, would be um 17 gold.
Okay. How soon can you have that done?
If you want us to rush, that'll increase the price, but we can
Okay.
do it in 3 days.
Okay. So how about I'll trade all of these fine silk sheets for that?
Okay, 1 square yard of silk costs 10 gold.
These are sheets,
yeah,
Yeah,
plural, so there's at least two of them.
that'd
We're
be a
talking
bunch.
they're
That'd be a bunch
used.
of square yards
figure 6 square yards, maybe.
at
So
least.
I
Yeah,
think, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Plus, I would like to point out,
She says, yeah, that okay, yeah, you can it'll cover the price. Since they're used, they're not worth like 60 gold.
but
But
don't forget that that if I sell them to someplace like Ollie's Oddities, he's going to sell them to you, and he's going to want a markup. So I'm cutting out the middleman here as
right.
well. So I'm
So
giving you guys a
she
real
says
deal.
she says, okay, yeah, we'll take the trade then. So yeah, you can get all three outfits. Three outfits for the sheets.
And so when should we be able to pick them up? And when can we pick these up? You said you could rush it.
Uh, well, for the normal trade, it'll take 3 days.
That's
If you
fine.
want to pay more, then we can rush it.
I'll pay more. Rush it.
Okay. So rush it. You want it to be done in the next day?
Please. Yes.
All right. Where is she? Maybe 2 gold on top.
Okay. Do that.
Okay. So you give her the silk sheets, and in trade for this work to be done. So the final order you wanted was Rokas and Icy costumes to cover the medium armor, and which one did you want for your...
I'll have the robes to cover the chainmail for right now.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so they'll make that for you, and it'll be
Okay.
done. You got to them early in the morning, so they said they can get it done by tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, and just to make it sure now that Rokas and Icy, when they're wearing it, it will be somebody has to look really carefully to see if they're wearing it. It's just going to look like they're a little porky. For me, it's quite easy to see that I've got something under the robes. Correct?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
We'll
Very
use
good.
our highest quality materials, and for your robes in particular, we will try to translate the current styles into the robes using our striped fabrics and other things.
I have every confidence in your skill.
Okay. Well, we're glad to do business with you, my lord. So the two halfling women give you a bow and say, please come again if you need any other services.
Okay. And
Okay.
so now Harold and I will get back into the coach, and I will say to Harold, okay, the next thing I would like to do is we should go down to the Bard's Tail for lunch, and we will meet my friends, and I think you should meet my friends.
Oh, okay. And I think that's where we'll call it for tonight.
I think that's a great idea.
And we'll meet, well, next time we will be able to start with Rokas, Harbek, and Icy together again. So, see you guys
Okay.
next time. Bye-bye.
Bye bye bye.